What's happening, my fellow spiritual humans, psychonauts, whatever you like to call yourself? This video is about my very first DMT trip. So welcome to Love for Media. I'm Scott. Try and do more content for this channel as and when I can, but around 4 weeks ago, I had my first DMT experience. A little brief overview. Basically, it was possibly most probably the most terrifying experience of my life. And on the back end of it, it was the most epic and amazing and enlightening experience of my life. It was unbelievable, to say the least. So, just a little disclaimer, I'm not telling anyone to go out and do DMT. It is an illegal substance in many and most places. So yeah, don't do it. But if you're gonna do it fucking right, eh? Yeah. Make sure you get it right. I was worried I wasn't going to do it right, so I did a bit of research. And I'm just gonna do a little run through now of how I actually did it. So the crack pipe making you feel like a fucking crackhead, but you got a vape, and we was on a budget, so glass crack pipe being one of them, or meth pipe, whatever you want to call it. Clean it with alcohol when it gets dirty, but you're just gonna drop freebase DMT, just your pure DMT crystals, into the bowl and get yourself some sort of burner like that, burning a flame to just warm the glass up when it's in it. When you're vaporizing it, you want to make sure you don't burn it. You don't want it boiling. So hold your pipe, you're DMT in it, 20 to 40 milligrams for the breakthrough dose. You're better off with 30 to 40 just to make sure. Anything over, I don't know what anyone else thinks, but if you're going over 50, 60 milligrams, you're pretty much just wasting some of the DMT. Just go at 40 milligrams. So we're going to hold the flame off it, and you're just going to watch the crystals melt into a liquid. As they melt into a liquid, you're going to move the flame a little bit closer. You're going to circle the flame to spread the heat a little bit so it doesn't begin to boil. As it wants to start boiling and it starts heating up, you'll see it begin to vape a little bit. At that moment, you're going to go a little closer, superheat it a little more. As it starts vaping, that bowl can hold a certain amount of pressure before it escapes the top. So you're going in, you're going to watch the bowl start filling with vaporizer. The minute it's only a tiny little bit coming out the top, don't matter, but the minute it starts escaping, you just get it right there. Carry on with the superheat, so you go beyond it boiling, and it instantly vaporizes. A nice when you breathe in and inhale, nice, smooth, slow, calm inhale. You can inhale for longer. It's not a fucking bongo weed, right? There's no need to be, it's not, no need. Setting is important, so nice and calmly, and you're basically just going to go through that. So as it's vaping, nice calm breath in. You're going to hold it, you're going to place the pipe and burner down. 10 to 20 seconds of holding the smoke, and you're going to breathe it out. Upon breathing it out, you will see fractals beginning to appear. You will see an altered state of reality. Phase 1, basically. Stage 1, level 1, whichever way you want to interpret it. Things will look different. It will begin to look tripper, to seem tripper. At this point, just sit yourself back, relax, and surrender. That's exactly how I did it. Upon sitting back, so I'll begin talking through it now. As I took the whole lot, 40 milligrams, blew the smoke out, nothing left in the pipe. I started thinking, have I done it right? And I was gonna try and burn another little bit, but I realized there's nothing left. At this moment, there was like 3 or 4 pipes in 3 or 4 hands in front of you just like so many fingers and hands and the pipes and everything just started splitting up, and yeah, so put them down, put the pipe and thing down, and I'm just like, right, yeah, I've done it right. My biggest worry was not the trip or experience. My biggest worry was wasting the DMT, not vaping it correctly, just not taking it correctly and ruining it basically, and then having to go out and get more because I only had the 40 milligrams at that time. I was extremely happy when I started to see fractal patterns in the living room. I mean, I've got some flower wallpaper and it started going a little bit crazy. So I sat back. Upon sitting back into the chair I was in, I planted my torso and I'm trying to see where it's comfortable to put my hands. Like if I just pull that down, I was trying to think where it's comfortable to put my hands here. And all of a sudden, as I put my head back and closed my eyes, I was pinned. Like every nerve came out of my body, turned around and just shot back in, rooting me to the chair. And I've heard people say it in forums and that, it was like every atom in the body activated. That's not a bad way of putting it. But my physical body came to be pinned down, and I was pulled out. I mean, I've gone through what I've heard described as the tunnel. Like fucking that, mate. And I'm there. And this is where people start to look at me like I'm crazy. But I'm in a room, basically. It gets to a room and it's the ego death, as far as I'm aware. I don't know whether I shot past it and didn't even feel it or what, but I'm in this room of what can only be really described as a space between spaces, a space between realms, like the bleed space of the DC universe. If you're a comic geek like me, there's bleed space in between the infinite universes. There's bleed space between them universes, space between the space. Fucking dark matter and all that. What is it? Do you know what I mean? So I'm in this fucking room, but there's a twin presence, like yin and yang, man. Yin and yang, order and chaos. You know, there's light, dark. There never seems to be one without the other. And I'm in this space where there's a twin presence. And I was watching a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender before doing DMT, and I was getting a little bit. I enjoy the spirituality of that and the spirit realm and reading about DMT realm and stuff. And then I'm here, and he looked like one of them Japanese dragons, but it's rolling over me. So as one comes, woof. Woof. One comes, the other comes, one comes, the other comes. So one rolls over me as if he's judging me as I breathe in. And then as I breathe out, the other one comes. And that's what it felt like I was doing. I mean, I don't know, I should have recorded it. I'm gutted with myself, I didn't. In the end, I'm feeling like I had to choose which one to go with. And it's basically leave Scott Pratt behind. Scott Pratt does not exist. Scott Pratt is a vessel. He's just a vessel. He's not you. He's just the part of my journey. And I'm in this, and I'm kind of freaking out. This is the terrifying bit. I'm not going to lie. The start of the experience was fucking terrifying. Like, shit the bed. Where am I? Who am I? What am I? What's that sack of meat there? And you basically, all your individualities, your personality, your attachments, whether it's family, I don't give a fuck if it's an Xbox, I don't give a fuck if it's atheism, if you just don't believe in deities, you don't believe in a presence beyond this realm, you don't believe in multiple dimensions, you think quantum theory and infinite universes is a load of bullshit, and you're just you. You're just you. That is going to be stripped away from you. It's pulled right out of you. I've been speaking to people about religious people breaking through a little easier and going through the ego death a little easier. People who believe in infinite universes, the multiverse, you go through it a little bit easier. But if you are head set that you are you're individual and you're not connected to anything else, then the ego death you may struggle with. But basically, it's asking you to strip away yourself. Not in a way where the guy comes in the room and he's like, yo, you ready to die? We're going. It's not like that. It's unexplainable, but you feel it. They're not saying give Scott Pratt up. They're not coming in and saying, yo, you need to give Scott Pratt up. You feel it. It's a fucking feeling and visions and the present. It's hard to explain. It starts sounding crazy. So anyway, in the end, I left Scott Pratt behind, and I go with a red one. One was green, one was red. I don't know if anyone can tell me if there's any meaning behind a green entity and a red entity and the twin dragons or anything, binary dragons, twin presence, looking like dragons, one red, one green. But I went with a red one. And I'm basically what I can only describe as travelling through a fucking multiverse like Doctor Strange. Again, with comic geeks coming out of me, but Doctor Strange film where the Ancient One puts a finger on his head and just thump and throws him through the multiverse. And it's basically that, and I'm flying through the multiverse as just energy of I'm awareness. It's like I'm part of a collective consciousness that I never knew I was part of. But I'm the fucking dragon, and the dragon's me. We're just two parts of the same light. Two parts of the same source, two parts of the same energy, two parts of the same consciousness. Call it what you fucking want. It's connection. It's awareness. It's just an incredible feeling. And next thing I'm questioning where Scott. And again, I'm not like turning to him and like where's Scott. It's not like that. It's fucking like a telepathic communication where you're just thinking to each other, but you're communicating and you can't even retain it all. I am extremely interested in ayahuasca and psilocybin mushrooms now, in getting a longer experience and being able to hold on to more of it. But so is the vessel breathing? That's what I started thinking. I'll fly through the fucking multiverse and I'm like, is the vessel breathing? I know I'm not Scott anymore. Who's that fucker back there still breathing? Am I dead? Have I died now? Am I dead? Am I breathing? And they're fucking seriously, man. And they let me back. Now there's some calling this a hyper slap, and it is a really good way of doing it. But you've been on your little DMT experience, all of a sudden you come round, or it feels like you come round. I don't know whether you actually come round. This is why I wanted it on recording, and next time I go, I'm gonna record it. But I felt like I come round. It wasn't even like that. It was in the nose. It was that. That's what I had to feel. And I felt it. And I'm fucking, yeah, he's breathing. The vessel's breathing. So again, woohoo, fucking off again through this multiverse. And then my throat locked up I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I spoke to someone recently who was going on about my throat chakra. He's saying my throat chakra could have been blocked at the time, and I was struggling to just decipher and take in what I was seeing, as well as communicate with these entities, and the throat chakra's blocking it, and me grief. He was going on about a little thing. I need to look it back up, but I'm just thinking, I need to fucking swallow. I need to swallow. But a ball of energy don't need to swallow. It's just I'm fucking hell-bent on... you're freaking out a little bit because you've left your body behind. You've left your physical self behind. And occasionally I'm questioning, like, well, fuck, where is it? And again, it was the same thing. I don't think I came round. Just like a little window in reality to let me know that, yeah, it's still swallowing. It's still swallowing the vessel. It's not going to let it... You're not going to drown on spit, mate. Because you're just breathing and you're not really swallowing yourself. I'm like, all right, fair enough. Okay, let's go. Carrying on fucking flying through the multiverse. So, in the end, I've had the most amazing experience I could even imagine. I couldn't imagine that. That's the thing you can even imagine. I couldn't have imagined that stuff. I mean, I've read some comics in the back. I've seen Kirby's art and all that stuff, and all the dimensions, even everything to the fourth world and stuff. I couldn't have imagined all that. And the next thing for me was time. Letting time go. And I'm like, so what? We have time. There's no time. There's just no time. And I'm feeling this feeling of just being, again, no one comes in a room. You're not just sat looking at looking at patterns, and someone comes in and just goes, yo, bro, there's no time, See you later. But yeah, there's no time. Time doesn't exist. And fucks off out. Just got this overwhelming feeling that time didn't exist. There was no time. And I'm like, but there is where the vessel is. There's time where the vessel is. So what time is it where the vessel is? And I don't know if you've seen Interstellar, but if you've seen the movie Interstellar where it goes into the black hole, Matthew McConaughey's character goes into the black hole, and he sees he looks through a window in time, through the bookcase into his daughter's bedroom in the past. So he in this space that he's in, this black hole, he gets to look through a window in time into the past. Now, where I was, I don't know where I was. I could have been in the middle of a black hole for all I know. The essence of my energy could have been anywhere within the multiverse at this point. I just don't know. Could have been in one of 11 dimensions. You know what I mean? I just don't know where I was. But I got given a window in time, basically through my eyes. And I looked at the clock, and it's frozen at 9 o'clock. But I couldn't say 9, I couldn't speak. Like, I couldn't even fucking move my body. I just had access to the eyes again. I'm looking at the fucking watch, and that's the same, 9 o'clock. Now, the funny thing is, I've got a digital watch. So unless I move it, it's actually not supposed to come on. Do you know what I mean? It won't come on. There you go. Tilt it like that, and it comes on. So, just sat there on a trip. That shouldn't have been lit up. But I saw it at fucking 9 o'clock. I was in the multiverse looking through a window in time at the future that was currently about 10 minutes in the future. So, I comes back off the trip. After there's like, right, so there's no time. I can't even tell the time anymore. Can't even tell the time. It's clearly 9 o'clock in the head. And I can't physically say 9 o'clock. So I just fucking shut the eyes and went back off with him. There's just no time then. And I'm fucking back in the multiverse, flying through it. Just absolutely unbelievably amazed and struggling to take it all in. You talk 15, 20 minutes, this, guys. This ain't no long trip. This is bam, and you boom. So I comes back and I'm coming round and I'm fucking, this reality is then feeling fake. It's feeling like Jake from Avatar when he comes back and he's like, this is starting to feel like the dream, and the dream's feeling real. The dream, when he's an Avatar, the dream's feeling more real than his reality. This is an avatar. This is a physical vessel within this three-dimensional reality. This is not where we're from. This is not where we're meant to be. It is just a journey. And that on the other side feels a lot more real. I needed human contact. I was coming round and I need human contact. I couldn't speak. I was like, I'm fucking talking like that, mate. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm supposed to speak in some interdimensional language. I can see like a fourth dimensional being at this point when I come back. And I want to explain what I mean by that a little bit, because I said it to my mate and he started laughing his cock off. So imagine this is a box. And I'll hold the corner at you like that. And it's a box. So it would look like a fucking box to you. Get a fucking box. Imagine that's just a cube, a full cube, and you're the three-dimensional being, right? You see a fucking cube. Over there, next to you, there's a two-dimensional being. He sees a fucking square. It's So all he sees is a square. You see a cube being a three-dimensional being. The fourth dimensional being sat on your other side. He sees every angle of that he could possibly see at all times while it still maintains its fucking shape. It's hard to explain, but that's basically what I saw. I saw my whole room turning and spinning and twisting. I saw the angles of everything while they didn't really even change shape. Like, it's fucking weird. I saw my car outside, so I'm thinking I need to ring Kurt, man. I need to ring fucking Kurt. Where's my phone? And I don't know how the fuck I made the call, but I've ended up ringing Kurt, and I'm like, yo, is it me? I just had DMT, mate. Is it just had DM. Sounds like, oh shit, sounds like the backwards Zatanna. You know, like when DC Comics, man, they have DMT and shit, but Zatanna and other things where they do dark magic and they usually slur because they're talking backwards. They talk like that, man, and it's like an interdimensional fucking language. That's what I'm speaking like. So I'm on the phone to Kurt. Mate, I need to come round, I need human contact, I just needed to hear your voice or something, blah, 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 blah. In the end, we finished that call and I was like, right, yeah, whew, yeah, feeling like Scott Pratt again now. I'm back, I'm alright, I'm talking properly, I'm not woohoo! I was like, whoa! Right, I'm gonna come and see you, Kurt, no problem, mate. Boom, phone down at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, so 10 minutes ago, when I'm in the fucking multiverse, I get shown the clock at 9 o'clock, and then I come out and I ring Kurt to be grounded back to my reality. And by the time I'm grounded back to my reality, it's 9 o'clock. Like, what the fuck? I don't even want to tell anyone. I was like, so do I tell people that? It is what it is. Call it a coincidence, what you want. You're great to say there are no accidents, there are no coincidences. So, yeah, I am a Kung Fu Panda fan as well. Shoot, man. It's mint. But yeah, I was back then at 9 o'clock. And it's like a window in time was opened for me to see what time it would be once I was Scott Pratt again. Fuck. I'm questioning this fucking entity that I'm part of, that we're all part of, we're all interconnected. Like the fucking Avatar and the mycelial network, the network of networks, a network of plants. There's an internet of plants, man. An internet of fungi. And it takes you to this fucking place. And it's just absolutely unbelievable. And it's hard to talk about it and explain it to people who haven't experienced it themselves. The spirit molecule has changed my life. It's changed the way I see things. I used to believe in the multiverse. Now I feel like I've flown through it. Do you understand how that feels? I used to get picked on for believing in the fourth world and that. You know what I mean? Dark dimensions and shit. And now I feel like I've travelled through some of them. It is unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. I hope if you do it, it's not for everyone. It really isn't for everyone. So I advise that you do not take DMT without fully looking into it, without fully researching ego death, because one of my friends, he was saying he'd researched it for 2 years. I've researched it for 2 years, mate, so I didn't really question what he knew about it. And he didn't know about the ego death, which is the most terrifying part of it. You can't get through that ego death. You will struggle to break through. As I discovered, even when you get through the ego death, especially for your first time, you're like, well, what do you mean I'm a vessel? Do you mean I'm just a vessel? We're just a ball of energy, guys. So anyone watching this who don't really know, DMT, it's found in rats and mice on death. I don't know whether it's rats and mice, rats or mice, but it's found in one of them on death. They're pretty sure it goes off in the human pineal gland upon birth and death as well. Is it the key? to our home, to multiple dimensions? Is it the key to realms beyond this realm? I believe it is. It's extremely interesting, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. I hope you enjoyed the video. This will not be the last bit of content I make regarding DMT. I'm going balls deep on this. I've become more spiritual since taking it. I feel more connected to everything else that's alive now. Still struggling to see how insects are as intelligent as some other stuff, but nah, but seriously, it makes you look at stuff like Buddhism in a whole complete different way. Hinduism, shamanism from the past, films like Avatar, where they actually have an alien shaman and they've got a deleted DMT scene. I will be doing a video on that very soon, just to explain my thoughts on how the real life spirit molecule and DMT realm has been used in sci-fi and science fantasy. Basically being rubbed in your face. It is in all sorts. It is in all sorts. So I'm looking forward to making that video, probably by the weekend, but live long and smash DMT. No, don't. It is not a drug to be taken lightly, guys. I know, just a final disclaimer. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you research ego death. If you enjoyed the video and you can't wait for more, please give us a cheeky little thumbs up, a share, and subscribe. There'll be more on the way. It's young, this channel, but well, we'll work on it more as I get more time too. And yeah, pretty much. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you soon. See you on the next one. Peace out, guys.